Well, I'm at Trinity School here, which itself was flooded. The pupils spent 2 weeks out of the school while they sorted out the problems. But at least today, it's time for them to pay something back. And I met some of the pupils who've been out in the community delivering items to people who were affected by Storm Desmond. It's a gesture of kindness 19 months after the devastation caused by the worst flooding anyone here can remember. This householder, who's in her 80s, was out of her home for 11 months.
Well, I've brought some chocolates and some Earl Grey.
Today she received a visit and a present personally delivered by children from the local school. How bad was it flooded here then?
Up to the fourth step.
Up to the fourth step?
Yeah.
What does it mean for you to get a little something like this?
Well, it's very nice. It's very nice.
First, the pupils put together the goodie bag themselves, and everyone wrote a personal note for the homeowner they were going to visit. Then it was off into the community. Why are you doing this? I mean, it's something that obviously affected your school, but affected a lot of people around here as well.
I think we're doing this because it's heartbreaking for some people how they still don't have a home to call home, to live and be happy. They're still struggling to get back on their feet.
And some of the pupils here were flooded out themselves. Students like George Beattie.
It was quite upsetting, and it wasn't as good as my house that got flooded, the one I was in. So I was a bit upset on that, yeah.
And for everyone in this area, the devastation caused by the floods of 2015 will never be forgotten. So these are the kind of things that have been distributed, all of which were donated by members of the community. And I'm joined now by Kerry-Ann Wild, who's been organising all this. Kerry-Ann, I can see there's plenty of pupils here. They've all been, very much engaged in this today?
Very much so, yeah. And we give them an initial brief of what we need them to do. They fill their bags, and you can hear the hustle and bustle behind me. They just want to get their cards written and then get ready to get out and deliver them.
And this is what, just to say to people in this area that they've not forgotten?
It is, yeah. It's that, yeah, we know it's 19 months down the line. We know a lot of you are still struggling. We know a lot of you are back in your homes, but you have still got problems, and we care. So we're here if you need us.
And what's happening with your organisation now? Because obviously it is quite a while after the flooding, but you say you're still needed.
We are still needed, yes. There's still a huge demand out there for us, but we have the noose hanging over our neck at the moment. We've been given our 2 months' notice by Cumbria County Council to vacate premises, so we're desperately in need, even for a smaller premises, a smaller office space that someone can donate to us so we can continue to do this vital work.
Okay, thank you very much. And I'm also joined by one of the teachers here. Now,
Hello.
So Mrs. Shaw, we have plenty of activity here, but the pupils are getting really engaged in it.
They are indeed. It's part of the Archbishop's Award, Archbishop of York challenge, and this is their community challenge. They've had over the year to do a personal challenge and a school challenge. So we've had the colour run involvement and bike rides and sponsored silences in school, cake sales galore. And so this is their community challenge, and they've really brought in an amazing amount of donations of food, and some of the toiletries have been donated as well, and going out into the community today.
Brilliant, thank you very much. So yes, everything is happening here, and the school itself, of course, was affected by flooding. So this is a community school doing something for the people who live in this area who were affected by the floods back in 2015.